It's the battle of the Quad HD displays as we take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and the LG G3. In terms of design, both LG and Samsung have been attempting to leave behind their older design aesthetics in favor of more premium-looking designs. In terms of LG, they have been making a new, sleeker look when it comes to especially the G3 that now comes with the 5.5-inch screen, but the Galaxy Note 4, despite having still its 5.7-inch screen, now has a metal frame all around that really gives it an even better look and feel from before. The Note 4's bezels aren't exactly massive, and the LG G3 has some of the thinnest bezels around, accomplished by moving its power and volume buttons back to the back of the phone. The front of the LG G3 is also without any physical buttons, while the Note 4 has its same button layout with the tactile home button flanked by back and recent apps. Now, while both handsets offer large displays, the Note 4 is still noticeably bigger and makes it a little bit harder to handle comparatively. The battle in the displays is going to be an interesting one because now we have two Quad HD displays. Now, while one is a little bit bigger, it also sports the Super AMOLED compared to the LG G3, which has the IPS Plus LCD display. Now, both of these, there's no denying that they're both quite great, and some people do prefer the Super AMOLED vividness over the LCD of the LG G3, but it is certainly no slouch on its own. As far as the pixel density goes, we do still get over 500 pixels per inch in either of these displays, and it should make for a very sharp experience whether you're looking at media or text. We will be looking a little bit closer at these when we get our review units, but as of right now, we can say that if you don't really have a preference between Super AMOLED and LCD, you're getting a great experience either way with either of these devices. So you really only have to take a look at the size in your comparison. Obviously, the Note 4 being the newer device will be getting a little bit of a boost when it comes to its performance, primarily because it will have the quad-core Snapdragon 805 processor, which is the newest one in the bunch that does trump the 801 from the LG G3, but we do have to say that the LG G3's processing package, even though it might be a little bit lower than that of the Note 4, is still no slouch at all. You will be seeing a lot of great performance on either of these devices, though we will say that the Note 4, given that it is making a focus on multitasking in this version of the Note, will be sporting 4 GB of RAM over the 2 or 3 that you can get with the LG G3, so that is a bit of a feather in the Note 4's cap. But with both of these devices, you'll really see how top-heavy the actual UI is, and with the processing packages that you do get, you'll also see that it's still able to go through all of its elements pretty well as well. In that case then, performance really does seem a little bit neck and neck here, unless you really want to be on the bleeding edge, in which case you would probably go for the Galaxy Note 4. When it comes to the hardware, you will be getting expandable storage in either of these devices, so storage shouldn't really be too much of a problem, and everything that you would expect from LG and Samsung flagships make the cut when it comes to the connectivity. But of course, the Note 4 has the added benefit of its stylus, the patented S Pen, which really adds to the experience, especially for those professionals out there who really want to be able to jot down notes on the fly at any time, which we'll get into in a little bit. But when it comes to the cameras, we do have to say that LG is one of the pioneers when it came to optical image stabilization on their phones, but Samsung has finally adopted it with the Note 4, which means you'll get smoother video, clearer pictures, and especially better low-light performance with its bumped-up 16-megapixel rear-facing camera. On the LG G3, you also get OIS Plus, which is a software-enhanced version of OIS that is at 13 megapixels, but also comes with a great laser focusing system that we did find did a great job with quickly finding the subjects in order to really get you to capture your images fast. Now, the Note 4 does take the lead with its front-facing camera because it is a 3.7 megapixel front-facing unit that features a 90-degree viewing angle that can be further enhanced with a wide viewing angle that you can use a panoramic mode to be able to get group selfies very easily. And finally, in software, we take a look at the feature-rich package of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which adds enhancements onto previous packages, including in the S Pen and in multitasking. In multitasking, you now get the ability to trigger the multi-window straight from the recent app screen and be able to seamlessly move from it and the floating app apparatus very easily. When it comes to the S Pen, you also get some new modes like the Smart Select, which will make doing research a lot simpler on the phone, and the Snap mode, which digitizes handwritten info with any pictures that you take using the mode, and it will detect the writing and the images that can be used inside of an S Note note. Now, the LG G3 features some big changes on its own and mostly comes with the new flattened and streamlined UI in the GUI, but it also comes with the Smart Software Suite, which will help you maintain some parts of your phone and also customize things like the keyboard. But from there, you also get the Q-Slide apps and the ability to use a dual window on here, which is great because of the larger screen that it has from the original G2. Ultimately, you do get a very good, rich software package in either of these, but the Note 4 does have the stylus that adds some more functionality to it. So if you really do need those features, then the Galaxy Note 4 is probably the one for you. These two Korean manufacturers have really been going neck and neck when it comes to their flagship devices. Not only do we have better designs in both of them now, we also have Quad HD displays. Underneath the surface, we have great performance, and then from there, we have a camera experience on the LG G3 that was already great with the laser-guided autofocus, but then the Note 4 is catching up with its own version of optical image stabilization. It really comes down to the usage that you need out of it, and if the S Pen is better suited for you, then that would really make the Note 4 over the top. For everyone else though, the LG G3 still performs very well and provides a lot of useful features for anybody out there that wants to get a lot done. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for all of the best coverage of the Galaxy Note 4 here at the Unpacked Live event in IFA Berlin 2014.